Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. I hope everyone is doing fine and the new year has been good. I know it's just a few days. I hope the new year has been good, and thank you once more for coming on this channel. So for today, I'm just going to be giving or sharing tips on how I deal with anxiety. I know there's not a single person on planet Earth that doesn't deal with anxiety, so these are just few tips in which I deal with anxiety. Maybe it might come up helpful to one or two of you. Let's get right into this week's video. So guys, I am someone who loves watching movies, TV shows, series. It doesn't matter. I just love watching good shows or good movies. And there are times, of course, where I'm not really in the mood to watch anything indulging or anything that I have to pay attention. So when I'm dealing with anxiety, I tend to watch reality TV shows when perhaps I'm anxious or I'm not really in the mood. I don't have to wait till I get anxious or super anxious before I implement tips that can just keep me on the right track of mind. When I feel a bit anxious or bored, I tend to watch reality TV shows like Love Island, Love is Blind, Dubai Bling. Which other one? I think that's about it, because when watching TV shows like this, after a while, I get so annoyed, like, why are you thinking this way? Or I get so annoyed, can't you see the red flags? After a little while, I get so involved in what's going on. I get lost in their own lives that I forget what's going on around me. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. So let's say, for example, in things like Love is Blind, I don't know, some of you might have watched it. So in TV shows or reality TV shows like Love is Blind, it could be maybe a red flag that is in between a relationship. Maybe the guy or the girl is not picking it, and you, the viewer, can see it, and you're so triggered. Come on, I just end up getting so invested, getting angry. Why would you say that on TV? All of this, before you know it, your mind, and you don't have to be mentally present because it's entertainment. You don't have to pay attention to what someone is saying like you would in a very interesting TV show. So yeah, I find that to work for me, because by the time I am done judging them, judging their actions, judging their thoughts patterns, after a while, like, I just get lost, and you see that I am so focused on what they are doing, so I forget what's around me, and I can get to watch them for like hours and hours and hours and just keep myself company. And of course, when I get bored of it, I go back to real movies and TV shows. But that works for me so much. I don't know, maybe you should try it. And if you've actually watched any, does that help you when you get anxious, or is it just me? I actually find them to be very therapeutic, because like I said, you get lost in it and you forget what's going on, because it's like, some things are just so unbelievable. That's about it for reality TV shows. Another thing I tend to do is I sleep. If I'm anxious, I have so much going on my mind, and I can't get my mind to just be still, or to be able to get myself calm. I tend to sleep. I am someone who loves sleeping. Guys, one of my top 3 favorite things to do in this world is to sleep. Sometimes when I'm anxious, I sleep. I don't know how I do it, but I'm able to sleep in cases like that. I might take time rolling and rolling on the bed, but I just drop my phone and I love it, be it winter, be it summer, I always love using the duvet. So once I'm under the duvet, it can even be an hour, just tossing and tossing and tossing. Eventually I will sleep. So yeah, sleep helps me. And because it's like you're unconscious, so you don't really get to know what's going on. I'm not saying it's an escape. Far from it being an escape, because if it's an escape, you get to wake up and you still have to face reality, but for that period of time, sleep actually works for me. I love sleeping. And then another thing that really helps me with my anxiety is vlogs. I've been a lover of vlogs since I don't even remember, but I really love vlogs. I find vlogs interesting. I just love seeing people, not just vlogs, even on social media, maybe Instagram stories or Snapchat. I love when people go on vacation and they're posting, giving updates, just living their best lives. Like, I just love to see things like that. Sometimes when someone has not posted in a while, I'm like, okay, you need to give us updates. So yeah, things like that excites me. I really enjoy vlogs. Personally, I don't feel vlogs will ever go out of style because I know that I am not the only one. Vlogs just appeals to me. Being able to get to know someone through the screen, and you must not really even have a relationship with them. Or speaking for me, I don't have to have a relationship with you or anything. No, most of the people or vloggers, not just vloggers, but most of the people I follow on YouTube or I'm subscribed to on YouTube, I've been following them from like 7, 6 years ago. The least I would say would be maybe a year ago, but most of the channels I'm subscribed to on YouTube, I've been following them for years and years and years, and it's just so beautiful. Sometimes it could be that person's family dynamic, sometimes it could just be the relationship between that person and their friends, that person and their spouse, like whatever the case may be, or that person with their children. I'm not a fan of family vlogs though, but personal vlogs, I really love vlogs so much. I don't just know why. There's this joy that comes with seeing people just living life, and also you get to see maybe new destinations. Vlogs actually expose me. I wouldn't generalize it, so let me speak for myself. Vlogs exposes me to new cultures, new food, new ways of living. Like, so many, I can't begin to tell you guys how many things I've learned just from vlogs, especially when it comes to the aspect of culture, especially Asia. I love the Asian culture so much. You see places like South Korea, Japan, those countries are like, they are clean people, they are well organized people, they have high morals. Everything is just so beautiful. So yeah, some vlogs expose me to some cultures that I've never even heard of, foods I've never seen. I just love that, and vlogs do that for me. Actually, vlogs expose me to a whole lot of things. Vlogs actually help me in anxiety, because I could be watching a vlog right now and maybe someone is showing, let's say for example in Thailand, someone is showing maybe one of the tourist attraction. It could be maybe a temple, it could be food market, whatever it is. Like, I get so invested in what I'm watching that for that period of time, that's the only thing that matters to me at that point. Every other thing is just a blur, or every other thing has been silent. So that's just what matters, and it puts me in a good space, especially watching people that like I said, I've been following for 7, 6 years, and like, I saw their growth. I was part of their channel or part of their growth. Like, it's just a beautiful thing to see, and sometimes it just gives you hope that you too can do it. So yeah, vlogs actually play a very big role for me. I love vlogs so much. Another thing that helps me in dealing with anxiety is games. I have lots of games on my phone, and the games I actually download are quite addictive. There's a game I download that is just for interior decorating. They open up different places for you. You decorate the living room, bedroom, maybe it's just indoor, outdoor, different things, and it's so beautiful because while building or designing those places, it gives me inspo. I don't know, maybe it might come in handy in the future, I don't know, but things like that interest me. So I love games like that, and I get to play and play and play without getting tired, because I have a goal, or I have something I'm doing, I'm building something, and I can't just stop halfway. So it's just beautiful, especially when you see the designs. I've shown the games on my what's on my phone video. If you haven't watched that video, you could just check it out. It's on my page or it's on my channel, and you find out all the games I'm talking about. This specific one that has to do with interior decorating, I love it so much. Sometimes I finish decorating maybe a living room or a beach house, and I just look at it and imagine this was actually reality. It's just beautiful, and I get really invested because you have to beat levels. you get points from the levels you beat to be able to build what you're building. So it's not like build, you know. So you have to work for it, and I just like it, and it actually helps me honestly, because once I start playing the game, sometimes I tend to play the game. I can play the game for 2 hours sometimes at a stretch, 2 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes non-stop. I just keep going and going, and I consciously have to tell myself, okay, enough of the game, then I pause. But yeah, I really love games, or let me say the games I download appeals to what I like. And some games as well are, they pick your brain, you know, they keep your brain busy. So I love games like that are challenging as well. Games do it for me. I love games, or I love the games I downloaded. So I just can't remember the names right now. So if you're interested, just check my what's on my phone video, and you'll see the games I'm talking about, the app, the name, everything is on that video. You could check it out. And lastly, what helps me, I will say the most, in fact, is music. I saved this for the last because we could talk about this music part for hours and hours and hours and hours. I just find music very therapeutic. I do say that I wonder what the world would be like without music. I can't even imagine the world without music. Music is so spiritual. Music is very healing. Music is very comforting. Music is everything. Music is life, you know. And of late, I think last month, I heard a music where the artist was like, music doesn't need permission to enter your spirit. And that resonated so much with me, that you could be listening to a music even if you're down. I don't know about you, but personally speaking, no matter how down I am, there are certain music I listen to that, whether I like it or not, I'm forced to maybe rethink what if I'm going down in negative thoughts. Sometimes there are certain music I listen to that it makes me realize what I'm doing, and makes me reconstruct my thought pattern to a positive thought instead of negative. I don't know how to explain it, guys, but I have not seen the sadness. I have not seen that deep hole that I can get into, and music cannot help me. It's just impossible. I don't know how to explain, but it's just impossible. Music does that to me. Music does that to my spirit. And there's something that I notice about me. I don't know if I'm the only one. There could be a song that you and I will listen to, and not even necessarily based on the lyrics. I don't know how to explain. It could be even just a word, and my brain interprets the music in a different light compared to even what the music is about, or even what you or the general public is getting from the music. I don't know. In a weird way, it's like my brain filters a song or a lyrics that no matter what it's saying, I can always configure my brain that whenever I'm listening to this song, everything has to do with positivity, upliftment. Every song I listen to has to give me that vibe. No matter how down I am, guys, I am not joking. Except I decide not to listen to music. So long I listen to music, don't worry. Even if it's an hour, no matter how long it takes, I will get out from it. But of course, it's not going to take hours. But no matter how bad it is, I will definitely get out of it. I don't know how. I just love music. I love music so much. And I find it interesting that music is a tool that the artists get to sing some things that it's like they take out words from your mind, words that you're not able to phrase them into a sentence, or words that you can't even make a sense out of it. They just pick what you've been thinking, but you can't say it. I know you guys understand what I'm saying. Sometimes artists put out song that is like, hold on now, are you talking about me? I know you're talking about yourself, but okay. I find that to be so beautiful that one person could be singing about something and it's really relates so deeply with other people that they really understand where you're coming from. It's just as if they are the ones saying it and not the artist. Music is so beautiful, guys. When people say they don't listen to music, I just find it hard to understand where they are coming from. It's not bad if you don't listen to music, but I feel like music could be a very powerful and helpful tool, especially when it comes to the matter of anxiety. And sometimes I feel there are certain songs that each individual is connected to in a way. There are certain songs that every one of you can tell yourself, okay, when I listen to the song, this song gets me in a great space, or it takes me somewhere mentally. So you tend to listen to those songs. Try and listen to those songs more and more, and don't expect it to work like magic that the moment you play the song right now or after 3 listens you're okay. Or sometimes it's so difficult for even the music to penetrate, but if you give it time and you're open, of course it will find a way to get into your spirit. I don't know how to explain it, but guys, music is just such a healing tool. It's like a companion, music. I can't. I'm even speechless. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about music. But guys, let me share with you guys certain music that really helped me, that I listen to no matter how nice new songs are out, no matter how popular certain music have gone for. These are songs that I always come back to. I always, especially when I need them, I always come back to them. And one thing I will say to you guys is everything starts from the mind. Life is not as easy as we always want it to be, or as easy as we portray it to be. Sometimes life can be very difficult. So everything starts from your mind. In as much as life is very difficult, your mind is one of the most powerful tools you can ever have or you can ever possess. Your mind is more powerful than you think, and everything about our life, everything about our existence starts from our mind. Every thought that goes on in your head, it still goes on in your heart. So like they are interconnected when it comes to the aspect of mind. So guys, your thoughts, what you think, it really matters. What you say to yourself really matters sometimes. That no matter how difficult something is, or a situation or a point in your life can be, only your thoughts can keep you going. Our thoughts are so powerful. Our mind is so powerful. Everyone that is great, don't worry, they have powerful minds. They were able to take some sort of control over their mind. When they say, tell yourself you can do it, there's nothing that is out of reach. Whatever you hold on to so dearly in your mind, it's what is an expression of what we do as our personality, as our character, how we go about life, our decision, our choices. Everything comes from our mind. And imagine you're able to feed your mind with so much positivity, upliftment. Of course, beautiful things will be birthed from your mind. Anyways, guys, enough talk of the music. Let me share with you guys some of my playlists, and I'll be telling you guys maybe a few reasons as to why those songs resonate or connect so much with me. So yeah. Before I start, guys, if you don't check out my shorts, you're missing out, because I tend to give movie recommendation, TV show recommendation, and what's my jam, what I'm listening to. I post every Friday and Saturday. First on the list, it's Angel Numbers by Chris Brown on his 11:11 album. I love that song so much because it just gives me motivation that no matter how anxious I am, no matter what is going on, don't let the pressure get to your head. Just keep showing up every day. I love that it resonates so much, and each time it always uplifts me. Once I hear that song, it's like there's a connection to this song to my brain or my mind, that once I hear it, okay, I gradually start getting on that positive track. And the second one would be Ways by Jenny Aiko. I love that song so much because she's kind of gave like a raw impression about life. She talks about, one thing she learns is everything takes time. Sometimes in life, you have to lose your mind, you have to lose your pride before you can make something out of nothing. If you don't know the song, just feel free to check the lyrics on Google or wherever you can find the lyrics, and maybe you will have a better understanding on what I'm saying. But yeah, Ways, I love Ways. And then also, I love Speak by the same Jenny Aiko. She's like, speak from your heart, speak from your guts, say what you want, act like you want it, be who you want to be. I just love words like that resonates with me so much. It just keeps me on that positivity track, and I love it so much. You should also check it out. And then my all-time favorite, I love Billionaire by Travis McCoy featuring Bruno Mars. I love that song so much. Of course, everyone should know that song. It was so popular when it came out. I love that song so much. The lyrics already is self-explanatory. Yeah, I really would love, one of my dreams is to be a billionaire. I love that song so much, and like I said, it just encourages me. And then I have Unstoppable by Sia. I love Unstoppable so much. It just gives me this power, confidence, this vibe that I can keep going. There's nothing that could stop me on earth. Yeah. The only thing that could stop anyone is death. I believe that is the only thing that could stop anyone from achieving your dreams, because once you die, your dream comes to a full stop, and there's no one that could ever live your dream the way you plan to live your dream. I love that song so much because, yeah, I'm unstoppable. And then let's go to the Nigerian songs. I love Nigerian songs so much because I feel like Nigerians are blessed with the gift of music. I don't know, Nigerian music, as a Nigerian, we all love our music. It just resonates so much with us. Imagine an Indian musician. Of course, Indians resonate much more with him because in some of the words or some of the lyrics in your local dialect, or it has to do with your culture or something that is just common within that community. So people of that community tend to connect better with it. So yeah, that's how I'll explain my own addiction to Nigerian music. Nigerian music is one music that is so easy for me to connect with, to vibe with. I understand everything so perfectly and clear, and I just love music, guys. Anxiety or no anxiety, I love music. So yeah, let's get into my Nigerian part. For my Nigerian music, the first on my list is Wild Dreams by Burna Boy. My God. If you haven't listened to that song, please give it a listen, or if you've listened to it, I want you to go and listen to it again, but this time around do it with the lyrics so you get to understand the song much. That I could be on -0, and that music, sometimes it takes me to listen to it just once. From -0, I could get to 1,000, not even 100, just by listening to that song. I have a connection with that song. And I'm sure by now you guys already know me to always be about dreams and visions, guys. My dream is just to fulfill my dream. I have to see this race to the end. So yeah, Wild Dreams. Yeah, I love Wild Dreams so much. It keeps me on track. And then also, How Bad Could It Be by Burna Boy. That song also, I feel more people should listen to that song. And like I said, you have to be open for everything, not just music. You have to be open to, have some sort of connection or enjoy things or understand things. How bad could it be? I know that sometimes life could be so difficult, so challenging, and sometimes it feels like there's no way out. And this song it always makes me question myself. Because of this song, no matter how hard or how bad it gets, I always ask myself, how bad could it be? You're not dead. Like I said, for me, I feel like death is the only thing that can stop me. So it's like, you're not dead. How bad could it be? I just want you guys to just take out, even if it's 2 minutes, and even if you're just browsing through the lyrics and listen to the song, listen to the lyrics, and I feel it's going to make a difference in your life. That's if you don't already know the songs. They are just very encouraging, And then I love Ashake so much. For my shorts, I shared the other time that Ashake is one of my favorite musicians of all time. For Ashake, one song that it resonates so much with me in Zanza. I love that song so much, and no matter what, there is no one that can get me down. They've tried, they've come, there's nothing that's been able to get me that. Roughly like that. Guys, just check the lyrics so we don't spend all day for me explaining the lyrics. I love that song so much. And also Ototo by Ashake as well. I know roughly, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're Yoruba, correct me if I'm wrong. I know it has to do with, I'm not so sure, but we all have different destinies and I'm trying to fulfill my own part. You can fulfill your own part. Something along that line. I really love the songs. I know I'm sounding like a broken record right now, but yeah, this song, they do it for me so much. And then Ashake again, another of his songs that really uplifts me is Sunshine. Fun fact, guys, when his album newly came out, I was listening to every song back to back, and on this particular song, at first I was hearing sun's not gonna shine on everything you do, and I'm like, why will Ashake think like this, And for some weird reason, I don't know why I did not just look out the lyrics, and I just kept wondering, like, why will Ashake say sun's not going to shine on everything you do? okay, but I'm a firm believer that you can have everything you want so long you put in the work. So like I was even having like a mini Delulu beef with Ashake. And then one day, I think it was a friend of mine or where I can't remember where I saw it, and it's the sun is going to shine on everything you do. That makes more sense. And it's like, why didn't you just go and check the lyrics? And immediately I understood what he was saying. Of course, it had to go on my list because, like I said, I'm a firm believer that the sun is going to shine on everything you do. There's nothing that is off limits, guys. If you put your mind to it, there's so much you could achieve that even you never knew you could achieve such. So yeah, sun's going to shine on everything I do. Yeah, I love the song so much. And then lastly for Ashake, I have I Believe. That's one song that till date, each time I tell myself, because it was sung in a Nigerian language that I don't understand. So each time I tell myself I'll go on Google to interpret what it's saying, but I've not really done it. I don't know why. I just took that part of I believe. It has to do with him believing in himself. You know, I'm sure it has to do with him believing in himself, and it's just that thing I told you that I digest music in a different way. I don't even really understand what he's saying in the music, but you see that I believe. I just take it that he's referring to like he believed in himself, and so guys, that's the only reason. Like I believe guys, if you guys see me jamming this song, anyways, yeah, I love the song. And moving on to the next one. I have Safe Heaven by Omale. For that particular song, it humbles me. I don't know, it makes my spirit calm. It gives me this sense of serenity, you know. Omale goes on saying, I am on a go 247 and I'm on a road to my safe haven. And I feel that really explains my life, honestly. Whatever is going on in the world, it doesn't really affect me so much. Anything that has nothing to do with Victoria, I really don't have the desire to poke nose or to involve myself in what has nothing to do with me. As I'm on my own, like I'm just on my road, I'm just on my way to my safe haven, and it's like I'm always on a go 247, always trying to, you know, meet up target. I just love that song so much. I don't just know why, but I really love that song. It keeps me in a very sane mentality. And then I have Addicted by Rema. This particular song, I know I keep saying, you know, it keeps me on a same track, and maybe you could go and hear a side to it that is like, guys, don't think too much. Like, I know we like to think too much into things. Don't think too much into it. Like, just try and get the good. Try and filter. Try and get the good. Good and bad can coexist. It just depends on you, on how you digest or how you receive that. So for this Addicted, you are addicted to the lifestyle. I've come to understand that I'm addicted to the lifestyle. And there's a saying in Nigeria that the lifestyle costs now, no. I just have to keep working. It's something that is, I don't know, it's just a dream of mine to give myself that lifestyle. So whenever I'm feeling down, even if I'm not in the mood to do anything, if I listen to that song, you want this, you want that, you better get up and do the work. That is how I interpret Addicted by Rema. I love, and it's such a slow jam. It's such a soulful song, in my opinion. I love it so much. Sometimes when I listen to the song, it gets me in a space where it's slideshow of like memories I've done over the years. You just have to keep going. You cannot wait for anybody. You should not even can. You should not. It's against what I stand for to wait for someone to give you that lifestyle or to depend on someone to give you that lifestyle. You can give yourself whatever lifestyle you think of in this life. So yeah, Addicted does it for me. And then another song I have is Ire by Adekunle Gold. If you're not Nigerian, Ire means goodness. I love that song so much. At some point in the lyrics, he said, before he took the journey in life, he thought the grass was greener on the other side. But after taking the ride, he discovered that the grass is only greener where you water the plants. The life I've been searching for, the life I've been looking for has been looking at me right in my eye. I just love that song so much. You guys should give it a listen. You will not regret it. So yeah, these are songs that really resonate with me. And then a little or a few more I added to my list would be Done For Me by Friday. I think I abused his album. I listened to the album to the point that I'm sure his mouth was tired wherever he was that period. This Done For Me by Friday featuring Adekunle Gold. Friday is just basically talking about his life, how at some point he almost went off track and he was able to come back, and he's like telling God that protect me from my enemies or save me from my enemies, and I hope I see it through before I go, and it's not in my hands, it's in God's plan. Like, I love that song so much. And then I have Many Things by Zinoliski, where it's just like, I am not the best, or I am not the most perfect, or there's nothing special about me, but God just gets me through. It just keeps carrying me from one level to another. Yeah, something along that line. That's what Many Things sings. And then I have Temper as well by Simi. That song, there's a part in the lyrics that's like, if I don't step on your necks, how are you going to lose your breath? How are you going to know I'm the best? Like, I don't know, it just gives me this, confidence sometimes. Or if it could be that I might not be in the mood, or I'm dressed, like I'm ready right now to shoot something and I'm not really in the mood, I could listen to it, and I don't know how to explain to you guys, but it just gives me that confidence, that boost. Yeah, I love it. And then last but not the least, I have Category by Oxlade of Closer. The song went viral, so I'm sure a number of you know person I'm talking about. Oxlade, the name of the song is called Category, but it's not spelled as a normal category. I'm just going to leave it on the screen for you guys to check it out. And he's just basically saying, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to happen. And that is something that I always tell myself. I don't know how it's going to happen. Sometimes I can't see it. It's impossible to even, I will try and try and I just cannot see it. But that's the way I've been able to keep my mind, or where I've been able to go mentally, always keeps me on track, that regardless of what's going on, I honestly don't know how it's going to happen. But one thing I'm for sure, or one thing I'm certain of, is that it's going to happen. So yeah, these are just a few songs that really do it for me. And like I said, it could be weird to a few of you. Maybe after listening to the song, you might not get what I'm talking about. Well, that's what I mean by, I just digest music in a different way, and songs appeal to me in a different way than the general public. Just give it a try. Songs can be uplifting, songs can be companions. Really, if you're not listening to music, you should try to listen more into and find what you like, find that niche, find the artists that you connect to or you vibe with, and be careful of the lyrics you listen to. That's another thing I'm going to say. The songs you listen to also plays a big role in your mind, what's in your head. It's impossible for me to listen to Wild Dreams and still believe that regardless of what's going on in my life, nothing good will come out. Just these songs I'm telling you guys about, it's impossible for me to listen to those songs and envision failure. It's just not possible. It's just, no matter how hard I try to, even if I'm trying to self-destruct, there's nothing good coming out from my thoughts. Or guys, I'm telling you guys, it's like magic. So most times I could be in my living room just sitting chilling. I love to listen to music sometimes with my eyes closed. For me, it's one thing to listen to the music. It's another thing for me to submerge myself into the music. When I'm listening to the music and my eyes are closed, lights are turned off, and with the AirPod and my eyes are closed. Guys, do you know that sometimes when I do that, it gets to a point that I physically have to open my eyes, because it's like I have gone so far into the future. I don't know if you guys are going to find this way, but my body is actually catching up to like the future. And I am someone that I always say, one of my greatest fear is to announce myself before it is time for me to be announced. I have that fear so much that I don't want to sabotage myself and do too much, or like announce myself to the world when it's not yet time. I feel like that's dangerous, not just for me, but for any human being. It's a very dangerous thing to go there without being prepared. So sometimes when I even get to that point, I have to open my eye to make sure that, okay, I'm still in my house, I have not gone, because of that fear of, getting there and not being fully prepared. I know you cannot always be fully prepared, but there are certain things that you need to do before you get there. So yeah, and sometimes you can know when you still have things to learn and the rest. So yeah, music gets me. It gets so deep to that point that sometimes I physically have to open my eyes to remind myself that I am still here and to make sure that I'm still here. So, like I said, I am not there unprepared. Sometimes, or most times, when I listen to music and my eyes are closed, guys, I can go 10 years into my future. Like, it's just a beautiful thing. And maybe because I always tend to see positivity, it's just such a beautiful thing that I could sit down there and iPhone will be warning me about my volume percentage or how high my volume is, and it's like, please just leave me alone, because that is just the best way I listen to music. Especially these songs I've shared with you guys. There's sometimes I listen to it that it takes me 5-10 years ahead into the future, and when I come back, all I do is just smile. Even if I have something bothering me, at that point it leaves, So yeah, music really does that to me. And maybe just try. You never can tell. Music could play a role like that for you, because even if not anxiety, just feeling sad, feeling angry, not in the mood, feeling bored, it comes in handy. And then, I know I said music is the last, but I just remember that there's this thing I do. I have a picture of mine in my living room. I actually did that for this reason I'm about to talk about, and I think I've shared it on a different social media platform. I made that picture to be able to look at myself sometimes. I chose a specific picture. I just look at myself sometimes and I'm reminded at how beautiful life could be. When I see a picture like that, I don't just see the picture for what it is. Sometimes I see myself years ago and then I see the picture, which makes me appreciate the picture even more. And like I said, the whole idea is just for me to be reminded as to how beautiful life can be. It's just a beautiful thing for me. I just tend to remind myself, no matter how bad you're feeling, when I look at that picture, I'm reminded that life can get beautiful. So just keep going. And out of 100%, I feel like 60% of the time I have this experience where I see it and I'm reminded of how beautiful life can be. And then 20%, I don't even remember that there's a picture there. It's like I don't see it. And then the other 20%, when I see the picture, the only thing I can see is all the things that can be done better or could be done better. I just see criticisms. When I look at it, I just have so many criticisms. And in times like this, when I see something, I'm like, oh, especially when it comes to the angle. When I see a picture, I'm like, oh, you should have taken it in this angle, where maybe the side lamp is showing more or the chair is supposed to, once I start doing that, I start thinking, oh, no, I should have done this better. No, by the time I would have remembered, I would have gone so far that I would find myself, oh no, I should have done this better. This could be done better. This. And it's like time has gone by. I just love, especially when it comes to pictures. I could sit down and watch my pictures. I'm not watching my pictures because I'm admiring myself. Far from it. Most times when I'm looking at my pictures, I'm just looking at things I can do better. Ways I can take the picture better. Which angle was not so nice, the lighting, so many things. I do that a lot. So yeah, that makes up for the last 20%. So whichever way it favors me, it's either I'm connecting to the picture, seeing, reminded on how beautiful life could be, or I'm criticizing the picture, seeing how to improve, and then I get lost. By the time I come back, once I've made those criticisms or seeing things I could do better, I could even go back to that particular picture or different pictures on my camera roll and try to edit them to see how it could be better. So you see, from criticism, I've started editing. Before maybe it's time for me to eat, or I'm tired, I need to rest. So yeah, it works for me so much. Since I started this vlogging, before I even got on YouTube, I could just sit down watching my videos. Sometimes I could go as far as 7 years ago. My pictures from 7 years ago to see what I can do better, And this also helps. If you're a content creator, I feel like you should do this, not as extreme as me do, but you should try and go back to your pictures, your videos, to try and see what you could do better. Especially when I say YouTube, sometimes how stable my motion should be. Sometimes maybe after watching it's like, oh, you were rushing too much. I try to watch my video from a different, like a third person or second person's point of view. Sometimes when I'm watching, it's like, oh, I don't feel people are going to be able to see this in your stream because you just glance through it, or maybe it's too fast, or maybe your hand was shaky, or so yeah. I tend to do that so much. So by the time I do that, and once I start editing, it takes a while for me to be able to leave the editing. I could edit for hours and hours and hours and hours, just trying to see how I could do something better. So yeah, I know I've spoken for so much or not so much. I don't know how many minutes it's been, but I just thought to share some tips on how I deal with anxiety, and maybe one or two of you can learn from it and just try to make the world a better place for one another and to reduce the rate of anxiety. I know anxiety is not planned. You cannot know when anxiety is coming, of course, for you to, time to listen to the music. That's why sometimes, even before I get to that point, I try to listen to these songs, because the more I'm listening to the songs, there are sometimes that a full week, these are the only songs I'm listening to. And you find out that for that full week, if I decide to, I can shoot 5 YouTube videos at once because I'm so pumped. So I don't even leave or have room for that anxiety or sadness or whatever to come. So yeah, maybe you could learn, just give it a try, don't be shy. I know we have such a short attention span. I know you guys don't like to do anything. I know you guys don't like to waste time, but just try, check out the lyrics, and maybe it could help you. And yeah, thank you so much again for listening to me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Before we go, let's get into our first quote for the year. So guys, for our quote for this week, or our first quote for the year goes, there will be obstacles, there will be doubters, there will be mistakes, but with hard work, there are no limits. Never apologize for having high standards. People who really want to be in your life will rise to meet them. Because you are alive, everything is possible. Persistence is the quality of winners. Successful people never give up. Life is tough, but so are you. It is a daring adventure or nothing. So guys, I just want to leave you guys with these words or this quote for the week. I love to encourage us, not just you guys, I'm also encouraging myself to just go out there, put in the work, because if we keep pushing, we will definitely make it. Don't give up, don't get tired. I know everyone says the same thing, that just keep going, just keep going. You never know how far you can get, and if you're not going in any direction, just try, and this is a clean slate for you to start. Try and see what interests you, what you're so passionate about. Just start something. It's never too late to start anything. We're just starting a new year. If you start something today, by the end of the year you will have gone so far. Just keep going. When they say keep going, they're not telling you that it's going to be smooth or you're not going to encounter any difficulty. My dear, it seems once you start, in fact, you should expect every difficulty that could come. But the key point is just keep going, believe in yourself, have that confidence, and everything will work out. And I'll keep telling you guys, there are no limits to whatever you want to achieve in this life. And most times you find out that you're able to achieve even more than you thought was possible. Even if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you, don't worry. Just keep going, and of course, life will favor you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.